Whose name is on every tongue? Ken Williams. Whose praises are now daily sung? Ken Williams. Who is the rooter's joy and pride? Who gives the pesky pill a ride and separates it from its hide? Ken Williams. Who's our most admired youth? Ken Williams. Who makes the fan forget Babe Ruth? Ken Williams. Who's the guy so calm and cool who swings his trusty batting tool and knocks the pellet for a ghoul? Ken Williams. A poem by L.C. Davis of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch summed up the fans' feelings toward Ken Williams in April of 1922, after Ken Williams had a period between April 22nd and April 29th where he hit 7 home runs in 9 games. Ken Williams out-homered Babe Ruth in 1922, 39-37. He did have 147 more at bats because Babe Ruth started the season suspended in 1922. Ruth and Bob Musial went on a barnstorming tour following the 21 season, and that violated a major league rule that World Series teams were not allowed to barnstorm in years that they won the World Series. So Ruth was suspended for a period of time at the start of the 1922 season, and Kenneth Williams said himself, he's not Babe Ruth's equal, and no one else is. The 22 season was a remarkable year for both the St. Louis Browns and Ken Williams. It was the best year the Browns ever had. They went to the World Series in 1944, but in 1922, they won over 100 games and finished, I think, a game and a half behind the Yankees. And it was by far their best season. Ken Williams led the league in home runs, RBIs, triples. He hit 18 triples and stole over 30 bases. He was the first 30-30 man in the American League. And that wasn't done until Willie Mays did it in the Indian League, actually, in 1956. Later in Williams' career, he and Wally Gerber of the Browns were traded to the Boston Red Sox before the 1928 season. One of the Red Sox writers said these two-timers seem to play the game more for the pure joy of it. They show more spirit than the players half their age. I imagine someday we will have to carry them off the field. August 8, 1929, Gerber was playing second base. Williams was playing right field. And Gerber went back on a ball as Williams came charging from it. Actually, Williams played center field. Neither heard each other calling for the catch. They collided, each cracking skulls. Both players were carried off the field, and that effectively ended their major league career. Hello, everybody. This is APBA Brian and APBA Baseball Classics, bringing to you game number 60 of the All-Time Greats Tournament, and the deciding game between the 1904 New York Giants and the 1922 St. Louis Browns. Each team has won one game apiece, and the loser goes home and is out of the tournament. Here are your starting lineups for today's game.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
James is in his second year pitching for the Giants, and he is a grade B pitcher, XY modifier. 1903, September 14th, was his first game with the Giants, and he pitched a 5-inning no-hitter against the St. Louis Cardinals. Hup Pruitt will be pitching for the Browns. He's a grade B pitcher, starting pitcher, Y modifier. Jack Tobin steps into the box. We're ready to begin game number 60. 6-3 is the first roll, and that's going to be a pop out to the catcher, Bowerman. And Tobin's the first out. It's been hard to get him out in this series. He is 6-4-9. That's a 666 average. Marty McManus steps in. 3-3 roll. That's going to be a hit column roll for Marty McManus. And 51 is a triple to left center field. And here comes George Sisler, a 420 average, 1922. The New York Giants are going to play their infield back. Here's the pitch to Sisler. 21 is a 32. That's a fly ball to right field and deep enough to score McManus. Browns are on the board, 1-0 in the top of the first. Ken Williams comes to bat. 2 outs. And the roll is 44. That's a 8 against the BA fly ball to center field. Caught by Sam Mertz. And that ends the top of the first, but the Browns lead 1-0. New York Giants come in the bat. Hub Pruitt completes his warm-up tosses. He came off the bench to pitch 1 inning in relief in Game 1. George Brown steps in the box for the Giants. 46 is a 27. That is a ground out to the third baseman. 5-3. That play made by Pepper Austin. Art Devlin steps in the box. 21 is a fly out to right field. Jack Tobin with a catch. Mike Donlin. 54 is a fly out to Jack Tobin also. 3 up and 3 down for the Giants. We go to the top of the second. 1-0 St. Louis. We are using basic APBA New York as fielding column 3. Browns are fielding column 2. And then we'll use the master symbols for stealing. Here's the pitch to Baby Doll Jacobson. 25 is a fly ball to center field. 1 away. Catcher Hank Severai threw out a couple of base runners in the series. 53 is a 18 and an error on the shortstop, Bad Bill Dolan. Severai is a slow runner at first. St. Louis will play it safe on the base pass. Here is Pepper Austin. 36 is a walk. First and second with 1 out. Still playing it safe on the base pass. Here is Wally Gerber. 1-1 roll, that's hit column. And if he gets extra bases, it's going to mean a run. 32-6 is a double to left center. And an S on first will be out at home. Austin is not slow. So, 2-run score. 2 RBIs for Gerber, and the Browns take a 3-0 lead. Here's the pitcher, Hub Pruitt. Still only 1 out. 62 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. So the pitcher is a strikeout victim, goes back to the dugout. That should end the inning, but there was an error. Jack Tobin comes into the plate. He's still got a runner in scoring position. Another base hit could make it 4-0. 61 is a 9 against a B. That is a single over second base, and Wally Gerber scores the 3rd run in the inning on the RBI single by Jack Tobin. 1 more run against Ames, and as pitching grade goes down, Marty McManus. 1-1 roll, and this could lower his pitching grade. 13 is going to be a 6. It's a double over first. With 2 outs, Tobin scores, and the Browns lead 5-0. Timeout. And early, how do you do for Red Ames and the New York Giants? It's going to mean a pitching change. Hooks Wiltz will be brought in, grade B pitcher, X and W modifiers. He's going to be grade A for the first batter for same-sidedness, and that batter is George Sisler, who got the scoring started in the first inning with the sacrifice fly to right field. Here's the pitch to Sisler. 34 is a fly ball to center field. Mertz is under it and makes the catch. That's the end of the inning. But 4-run score, and the Browns lead 5-0. All right, a happy Hub completes his warm-up tosses. His mission now is to throw strikes and protect a 5-run lead. Dan McGann steps in the box for the Giants that start off first. Second, 56 is a 34. That's going to be a Y modifier for a strikeout. And indeed, he's throwing strikes. Sam Mertz, the center fielder. 22 is a 8 against AB. That's going to be a fly ball to Baby Doll Jacobson in center field, 2 away. Bad Bill Dolan comes to bat. 46 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Pruitt strikes out 2 in the inning. We go to the third, 5-0, St. Louis. Hooks Wilson will get the talented Ken Williams leading off the third inning. 3-3 roll is a 4 against a B pitcher. That's going to be a double over third base. Williams standing up at second base. Here is Baby Doll Jacobson, nobody out. We're in scoring position for the Browns. 63 is a 35. Foul out to the third baseman, or W. That's going to be a base on balls. He has a W modifier. First 2 Browns have reached. Catcher Hank Severide reached on an error, and that was a very beneficial error for the Browns. 53 is an 18. That's going to be a error on the shortstop. Oh, wait a minute. First and second. Let's get on the right page. Single on 3 short, and the runners will advance 2 bases, so that's going to mean a run. Williams scores. Jacobson goes to third. First and third, St. Louis, and it is 6-0 Brownies. Infield will be back. Try to get a double play. Wills pitches to Pepper Austin. 1-2 is a 25, and that is a 6-4-3 double play. But Jacobson scores. Austin does not get an RBI on the double play, so it is 7-0. Now the bases are clear for Wally Gerber. Doubled in 2 runs in the second inning. 53 is a 20, and that's an error on the second baseman, Gilbert. Second error of the game. Brings up the pitcher, Hub Pruitt. Strikeout victim, his last time up. Here's the pitch to Pruitt he's from Columbia, Missouri. 65 is a 12, and that's a ground out to short. 2 more runs for the Browns. 7-0 going to the last of the third. Billy Gilbert comes to bat for the Giants. 7 runs down, they're looking for their first hit. Here's a pitch from Hub Pruitt. 24 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the third strikeout, and 3 of the last 4 hitters that Hub Pruitt has struck out. Catcher Frank Bowerman. 42 is a 38. Ball 1. 6-6 roll. That's going to be the first hit for the Giants. And 24 is a double for Frank Bowerman. 1 out. average speed in scoring position. Here's the pitcher. Should be the pitcher. Hooks Wiltz. 36 is a 33. Why? That's a strikeout. 4 strikeouts for Pruitt, top of the order, and George Brown. 31 is an 8 against a B. Fly out to the center fielder, Baby Doll Jacobson. That's the end of the inning. We go to the top of the 4th. 7-0 St. Louis. Jack Tobin leads off the 4th for the Browns. 54 is a fly ball to Mike Dolan in right field, 1 away. Marty McManus, second baseman. He is 2 for 2, triple and a double. And those are his first 2 hits in this series. 54 is a fly ball to Mike Dolan as well. 2 down, and George Sisler. 32, they're going to get Sisler. That's a 26. Ground ball to second base. Billy Gilbert has it and throws to first. 3 up and 3 down inning for Hooks Wiltz. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 7-0 St. Louis. In the bottom of the 4th, our pro will be pitching to Art Devlin, Mike Donlin, and Dan McGann. Here's a pitch to Devlin. 55 is a fly ball to center field, and I keep hitting the camera. Baby Doll Jacobson makes the catch and retires Devlin. Here is Mike Donlin. Hub Pruitt's nickname on his APBA card is Shucks, and that's because that's the word he most often uses in his vocabulary. 56 is a 34. That is going to be a Y, and that's another strikeout. 2 down for Dan McGann. 33 is a hit column roll for McGann. 53 is a double. So 2 hits against Pruitt, both doubles. This is one with 2 outs. Sam Mertz comes to bat. 1-4 is going to be a fly ball to left field, caught by Ken Williams. That's the end of that brief threat. We go to the top of the 5th. St. Louis 7, New York 0. Ken Williams leads off for the Browns. 1-1 roll. That's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A home run for Ken Williams makes it 8-0 St. Louis. And I would say the horse is out of the barn. Baby Doll Jacobson comes to the plate after congratulating Williams, who crossed home. 62 is a base on balls. Fast runner at first. Likely not be stealing. 8 runs ahead. Catcher Hank Severide. 53 is an 18. That's an error on the shortstop, his second error of the game. Runner gets the third. First and third, St. Louis. Pepper Austin. No outs. Severide's at first. Jacobson is at third. Infield is back. 25 is an 8. Single to right. One runner scores. And the other one goes to third unless he's slow. Severide is slow, so he's going to be thrown out at third. I failed to say we're playing it safe. So Jacobson makes it 9-0. And Severide is out 9-5. Austin will be at first with the RBI single. Wally Gerber. 46 is a fly ball to left, 2 away, and here's the pitcher, Hub Pruitt. Strikeout. So 2 more runs in the 5th. It's the Browns 9 and the New York Giants 0. Mertz, Dolan, and Gilbert scheduled to hit in the last of the 5th. Here's the pitch from Herb Pruitt. 51 is going to be a base hit for bad Bill Dolan. If we were playing basic APBA with steals, he would steal second. 9 runs down, there's no point in going. Here is, in my view anyway, Gerbert is the hitter. He's going to try to get the ball in the air. 53 is an 18. That's going to be a error on the Browns shortstop, Wally Gerber. E6, first error for the Browns. And Giants have their first 2 runners on. Catcher, Frank Bowerman. .46 is a swing and miss for strike 3, and that is 5 strikeouts for Hub Pruitt. The pitcher hooks Wiltz. .45 is going to be a walk. And that loads the bases, which is the sort of thing you like to see if you're a Giants fan and you're 9 runs down. Top of the order, George Brown. There comes the bat. 34 is a 31. Fly out to left field. It's going to be deep enough to score Dolan. And the Giants are on the board. It's 9-1. Art Devlin. 2 away. That's a 1-1 roll. That's hit column. This could be more runs. 54 is a 6. And that is a double left center. Both runners will score. And they will score unearned runs as the inning should be done. But for the error, Devlin's at second. It's now 9-3, St. Louis. Turkey Mike Donlon comes to bat. 61 is a 40. Fly out to right field. That closes out the inning, but the Giants put 3 on the board. We go to the top of the 6th, 9-3, St. Louis. Jack Tobin leads off the 6th. He's 1 for 3 today with a single and an RBI. 42 is going to be a base on balls. And Tobin will be at first. He's of average speed. Marty McManus comes up. Tripled and doubled so far today. Here's the pitch to McManus. 23 is a 26. It's going to be a 4-6 fielder's choice. McManus is at first now. 1 away, and here's George Sisler, who's not done a lot in the series so far. Here's the pitch to Sisler. 35. 8 against the B. That's going to be a ground out to Devlin at third base. 5-3. And McManus goes to second. 2 away. And Ken Williams, who just went deep, he is 2 for 3, double and a homer. 62 is a 22. That's going to be hit by a pitch ball. Little feistiness from Hook Wiltz. Didn't like the homer. Here is Baby Doll Jacobson. 63 is a foul out to the catcher. That ends the inning. Last of the 6th, it's 9-3, St. Louis. Pruitt returns to the mound for the Browns. His father was a doctor, but tragically died in a horse and buggy accident going to a call. But Hub Pruitt also, after graduating from St. Louis University when his career was over, he became a physician. And I think he had a son and grandson who became doctors. Here is Dan McGann leading off the last of the 6-1-4. It's going to be a fly ball to Ken Williams in left field. McGann's the first out of the bottom of the 6th inning. Sam Mertz, center fielder for the Giants. 21 is a fly ball to Jack Tobin in right field, 2 outs. Bad Bill Dolan, 1 for 2 with a single. 45 is going to be a walk. Fast runner at first. C31 stealing, that's pretty good. Pruitt's move to first is +1. And the catcher, Severide, I think is a 2. Let me see. Yep, throwing 2, so it'd be C28 stealing. So his chances get the scoring position by thievery is 11 through 54, and he's going to take that try. '61, he's out. 2 to 4. Caught stealing. That ends the 6th. We go to the top of the 7th. 9-3 St. Louis. Catcher Hank Severide, who just threw out Bad Bill Dolan to end the 6th inning, leads off the 7th for the Browns. 42 is a single for Hank Severide. Play it safe. He's slow. Pepper Austin. 63 is a pop out to the catcher, or W. That's going to be a walk. He has a W modifier, first and second. Timeout. So a frustrated John McGraw comes to the mound and signals to the bullpen he wants Clyde Elliott, grade C pitcher, Y modifier. He will be grade B, pitching to Wally Gerber. There's no outs. 54 is a fly ball to right field. Now there's 1 out. And Elliott's pitching grade goes back to C. Here's Hub Pruitt, ready to pitch to 31 batters, and so far he's only pitched to 18 plus 7, 25. He's going to go out there and hit first and second. 26 is a swing and miss for strike 3. And now with 2 outs, Austin at first, Severide at second, slow runner. Jack Tobin comes to bat. Still playing it safe with Severide. 55 is a 7 against the C. That's going to be a single to left. And the bases will be loaded. Since we're playing it safe, it's station to station. Marty McManus comes to bat. Can Marty McManus put a quarter in the merry-go-round and make us go get the rotating dice? Here's the pitch to McManus. 41 is a 24, and that's going to be a 6 ground out to shortstop, who goes to short wire 6-4. Ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Still, Browns 9, Giants 3. Frank Bowerman leads off for the bottom of the 7th inning. The Giants 26 is going to be a 27. Ground out to the third baseman, Pepper Austin, 5-3. 1 away. Timeout. John Handyman Dunn will pitch hit for the pitcher. Here's the pitch from Pruitt. 6-6 roll. That's a hit column roll. And Dunn comes off the bench to hit a double for the Giants. Top of the order, and George Brown. Dummy Taylor is warming in the bullpen for New York. 41 is a 24. Pop out to the shortstop, Wally Gerber. 2 away. It's going to be up to Art Devlin for the Giants to get something out of this in the 7th inning. It's getting late. 53 is a 19. Hit by pitch ball. First and second, Giants. Mike Donlin. Each team has hit one batter from the other team. Here's the pitch to Donlin. 1-6 is a 28. And that's going to end the inning. 6-4, ground out. Go to the top of the 8th inning, St. Louis 9 and New York 3. New pitcher for the Giants is Luther Dummy Taylor, grade B, Y modifier. He'll get George Sisler, Ken Williams, and Baby Doll Jacobson, which could provide a very difficult top of the 8th inning for the Giants if he doesn't pitch well. 44 is a base hit for George Sisler. Fast runner at first. Ken Williams, who has homered in the game. 2 for 3 with a homer and a double. Pitch from Taylor, 53, is a 17. That's going to be a single to right field. And they'll get Sisler to third. The throw came to third from right field and allows Williams to go to second. Heads up base running for Ken Williams. Second and third, St. Louis, and nobody out. Timeout. All right, the New York Giants and John McGraw are going to go to Christy Mathewson in this jam. He pitched 367 innings in 1904, and the Giants are going to try to keep the rotating dice off the scoreboard. Here is Baby Doll Jacobson, and New York is going to play the infield in. Pitch from Mathewson. 56 is a 40. And the infield is in, by the way, because that's the whole point. We're trying to stop the runner. First and second on an error on the shortstop, and the runners score. So the third error of the game on Wally Gerber. Not sure I've ever had anyone have 3 errors in a game until now. And here comes the rotating dice. The score is now 11-3, Browns. Hank Severide. .34 is a fly ball to center field. 1 away. Sam Mertz makes the play, and that's the first out, yeah. Pepper Austin comes to bat. Very energetic player for the Browns, and that's a 6 against the AC pitcher. It's going to be a double to left center field, scoring Jacobson unearned run. But an RBI for Austin, and it's 12-0. 12-3. Wally Gerber. 23 is a 26. Has a Y modifier, but his is X strikeout. It's a ground out to third base. Murr holds. 5-3. Hod Pruitt comes to bat. .66 roll for Pruitt, and that's going to be a double to left center field. Runner scores. Pitcher gets out on an act, 13-3. All right, Jack Tobin will get a chance to keep the line moving. Here's the pitch to Tobin, 22, 7. Single to right, runner scores. And indeed, Tobin does keep the line moving, 14-3. All right, John McGraw is going to bring in Billy Milligan to pitch, see if he can get the final out. Marty McManus steps in the box. He is the 9th batter in the inning. 55 is going to be a 7 single, and the runner goes to third. First and third. Here is George Sisler, who started the inning with a single. 55, it's going to continue, 7. And that's a single to left. Runner scores. Other goes to second. 2 hits in the inning for George Sisler. 15-3, unless I've lost count in the barrage. Here is Ken Williams. He is 3 for 4. Single, double, homer. If he triples here, he'll hit for the cycle. Here's the pitch. 46 is a fly ball to left field. That'll be caught, and that's the end of the inning. But the Browns score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs in the 8th. Go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 15-3. I think if this was a horse race, one of the ponies fell down. Dan McGann leads off the last of the 8th for the Giants. 35 is a single for Dan McGann. That is the point of weakness. If 3 things bad happens to Hub Pruitt, his grade will go down by 1. Sam Mertz comes to bat. 46 is a strikeout. 1 down. Bill Dolan. 34 is a fly ball to center field, caught by Baby Doll Jacobson, and there are 2 outs to Billy Gilbert. 53 is a 18. It's going to be an error on the shortstop. Runner goes to second. We got first and second with 2 outs. And catcher Bowerman. 22 is going to be a 8 against a B pitcher. That's a ground out to third base. I'm on the right page here. Yes, 5-3. Go to the 9th. Jacobson, Severide, and Pepper Austin are scheduled to bat for St. Louis in the top of the 9th inning. Here's the pitch from Billy Milligan. 25 is a single for Jacobson. Here is Hank Severide. 41 is a 24. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Pepper Austin. 65 is going to be a 12. Ground out to third base, 5-3. And the Browns are retired. So the St. Louis tidal wave will end with 14 hits and 15 runs. Unless, of course, the Giants score 12 runs in the bottom of the 9th. I have a new pitcher for St. Louis to pitch the bottom of the 9th. It's Raymond Culp, grade C pitcher, Z modifier. Hub Pruitt pitches 8 innings, and he did not give up any earned runs. Runs scored were unearned. And John Muddsy McGraw will lead off for the pitcher, pitch hitting for the Giants. He is 1 for 2 pitch hitting in the series. 34 is a fly ball to center field. 1 down. Here is George Brown. 21 is a fly ball to left field. 2 away. Art Devlin. 55 is an 8. That's going to be a single for Devlin. And he is 2 for 4 on the day. Mike Donlin. 54 will sew it up. That's a fly ball to right field. Jack Tobin is under it. Makes the catch. The final score, St. Louis Browns 15, the New York Giants 3 will come back with the wrap-up. St. Louis Browns come back to the Polo Grounds for Game 3 of this series, and they laid the gauntlet down for the team they're going to play in the second round of the All-Time Greats Tournament, the 1920 Cleveland Indians. They scored 15 runs on 14 hits, and they committed 2 errors. The New York Giants scored 3 runs on 7 hits, and they committed 4 costly errors. The winning pitcher was Hub Pruitt, 8 innings pitched, no earned runs, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 2 walks. The losing pitcher was Red Ames, only an inning and 2/3, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, a strikeout, and a walk. He gave up for 5 runs in that inning and 2/3, only which 2 were earned. Star of the game is, I would say, Ken Williams, who went 3 for 5 with a single, double, and a homer, 1 RBI. Failed to mention in the introduction in the statistic that always impresses me. He hit 39 home runs. He struck out less than 39 times in 1922. So for a home run hitter to strike out less than he homers, it's always very impressive. A lot of stars in the series for St. Louis. Jack Tobin went 9 for 13 with a double and 2 RBIs. Williams was 6 for 13 with a homer, 3 doubles, and 2 RBIs. Hank Severide, the catcher, threw out multiple base runners and was 4 for 14 with a triple and an RBI. And St. Louis's pitching was quite good through the series. Hope you enjoyed this series. If you do, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Thanks for taking time to watch this, and good night. God bless.